Welcome to another mock test. We're going to do a 10-question mock test to help you pass your theory test. Question 1. You're approaching a zebra crossing. What should you do if pedestrians are waiting to cross? Wave at them to cross the road. Use your headlights to indicate they can cross. Give way to older and infirm people only. Or slow down and prepare to stop. Have a look at the hint. As you approach a zebra crossing, look for pedestrians waiting to cross. Where you can see them, slow down and prepare to stop. Be especially careful of children and older people who may have difficulty judging when it's safe to cross. The best option, slow down and prepare to stop. So the correct answer is the last one. Question 2. What does this sign mean? Every time you get a question with a sign or image, have a look at it. What shape is it? In this case, it's a triangle-shaped sign. Gated road ahead, cattle grid ahead, level crossing with gate or barrier, or level crossing without gate or barrier. In this case, again, we can have a look at a hint. Some crossings have gates, but no attendant or signals. You should stop, look both ways, listen and make sure that no train is approaching. If there's a telephone, contact the signal operator to make sure it's safe to cross. In this case, it's letting us know that there's a level crossing with a gate. So the correct answer here is C. Question 3. What would you expect to find at a contraflow system on a motorway? Wider lanes than normal, temporary traffic lights, road humps, lower speed limits. So on a motorway, we can sometimes find a contraflow system. And the reason you will have contraflow systems is that there may be roadworks ongoing. Okay, so let's have a look at the hint again. When approaching a contraflow system, reduce speed in good time and obey all speed limits. You may be traveling in a narrower lane than normal with no permanent barrier between you and the oncoming traffic. Be aware that the hard shoulder may be used for traffic and the road ahead could be obstructed by moving or broken down vehicles. Motorway, we can expect lower speed limits. You're not really going to see temporary traffic lights or road humps. All the lanes will not be wider than normal, not when there's roadworks. So the correct answer in this case is the last one. Question 4. Why is it bad technique to coast when you're driving downhill? Fuel consumption will increase, the engine will overheat, the vehicle will gain speed more quickly, the tires will wear more quickly. So coasting is when you allow the vehicle to freewheel in neutral or with the clutch pedal depressed. When traveling downhill, this will cause the vehicle to gain speed more quickly as you lose the benefit of engine braking. It may even lead to a loss of control. You should not coast, especially when approaching hazards such as junctions or bends and when traveling downhill. Again, the correct answer is your vehicle is going to gain or will gain speed more quickly. Question 5. What does this motorway sign mean? Use hard shoulder only. Use all the lanes, including the hard shoulder. Use any lane except the hard shoulder. Use the 3 right-hand lanes only. You must obey mandatory speed limit signs above motorway lanes, including the hard shoulder. In this case, you can use the hard shoulder as a running lane, but you should look for any vehicles that may have broken down and may be blocking the hard shoulder. The correct answer in this case is use all the lanes, including the hard shoulder. Question 6. You're driving on the motorway. Which lane should you get into well before you reach your exit? The hard shoulder, the middle lane, the left-hand lane, or the right-hand lane? Before you reach your exit, you always want to be in the left-hand lane nice and early. You'll see the first advanced direction sign 1 mile from a motorway exit. If you're traveling at 60 miles an hour in the right-hand lane, you'll only have about 60 seconds before you reach the countdown marker. There will be another sign at the half-mile point. Do not cut across lanes of traffic at the last moment. What should you do when you're approaching traffic lights that have been green for some time? Before even going to the answers, if traffic lights have been green for some time, that means that it may change very soon. The traffic light sequence may change very soon. So do it in that case, accelerate hard, maintain our speed, be ready to stop or brake hard. So we want to be ready to stop. Straightforward. Again, if we look at the hint, the longer traffic lights have been green, the sooner they'll change. Allow for this as you approach traffic lights that you know have been green for a while. They're likely to change soon, so you should be prepared to stop. Question 8. You're driving on a motorway at night. Which light should you have on if there are other vehicles just ahead of you? Side lights only, dipped headlights, front fog lights, main beam headlights. So in this question, there is no mention of it's foggy, you have poor visibility. Rather, it tells you there is oncoming traffic, or you have traffic ahead of you, excuse me. Okay, so we don't want to be using main beam headlights. You're going to dazzle other road users, or front fog lights. Side lights alone is not going to be enough. So dipped headlights is the correct answer. We can also have a look at the hint again. If you're driving behind other traffic on the motorway at night, use dipped headlights. Main beam headlights will dazzle the other drivers. Your headlights dipped beam should fall short of the vehicle in front. Question 9. You're driving a car that has a diesel engine. What can a loose filler cap on your fuel tank cause? It can make the engine difficult to start. It can make the road slippery for other road users. It can increase the level of exhaust emissions. It can improve your vehicle's fuel consumption. A loose filler cap on my tank could cause fuel to spill. And when fuel spills, especially diesel, it's very slippery. Okay, it can make the road slippery for other road users. Okay, diesel fuel can spill out if your filler cap is not secured properly. This is most likely to occur on bends, junctions, and roundabouts where it will make the road slippery, especially if it's wet. At the end of a spell of dry weather, road surfaces may be especially slippery where diesel has been spilled but has not been washed away by rain. Last question. You're about to start a journey in freezing weather. What part of your vehicle should you clear of ice and snow? The bumper, the aerial, the window, or the boot? The most important part of your vehicle that needs to be clear in this case is, out of these 4, is your windows. Okay, without your windows, if they're not clear, you're not able to see. Driving in bad weather increases your risk of having a collision. If you absolutely have to travel, clear your lights, mirrors, number plates, and windows of any snow or ice so that you can see and be seen. All right, so windows it is. Okay, 10 out of 10. Well done. Let me know if you struggled with understanding any of the questions in the comment section.